real quick before you burn me alive for what I'm about to say, just listen to my side of things, my opinion. In all honesty, I think God's blessing on this wonderful world in its anime form just from episode 1 alone is a better adaptation than the manga. There's a light novel series to this, and there's a manga. I have read the manga, but it got stale after a while, and episode 1 was certainly more enjoyable than the manga itself. It's very unlikely that you'll ever come across an anime that does a lot better in its story or its execution or its pacing than some of its original source material, like the manga or the light novels. Sure, the manga can be screwed up sometimes, but it's not as often as anime, and God's blessing on this wonderful world is definitely a better adaptation than the manga, because it's comedy gold. It takes some classic cliches like fantasy RPG world, where you have skills, stats, and all that you can learn, and Demon King, Devil King, whatever, and it kind of molds it into its own while also making fun of it. I have read into the manga quite a bit, but I stopped. I dropped it. It got too stale for me. Some of the jokes weren't the greatest, but I decided to give the anime a chance to see if I'd like it more than the manga, and surprisingly enough, I did. In all honesty, I had zero expectations for this. Studio Dean, if I had a hat on, it'd be off to you. All I can do is offer a round of applause, because the animation, although derpy at times, was beautiful. The voice acting fit the characters, the facial expressions matched with their voices, and how they interacted, and how you executed it so far, along with its music. The background music and the opening towards the end of the episode are both really, really good, but I'd say the opening is not my favorite of Winter 2016. I've only watched a couple of the Winter 2016 animes, whatever. I'd probably still rank this maybe in my top 10, because I haven't watched that much. It might grow on me more, but I'm really curious to actually hear the ending song, not just the opening. Next episode will definitely get that. And yes, before you ask or before you comment, I am going to be reviewing episodes 2 and on. Who knows, if it gets to a point where I don't feel like doing reviews, I might just watch it on my own time. But for the most part, I plan on reviewing this series as a whole, and then maybe comparing it to the manga. And yes, I do know what's going to happen to an extent. There's new chapters out of the manga or something, and I haven't read them. I just dropped it, so I do know what events are coming up, but I don't know if they're going to present them in the exact order, or if they're going to add filler, or if they're going to do and change things around, which in all honesty, I don't mind, because Studio Dean, just with what they did with episode 1 already, making it more enjoyable than the manga itself. And yes, I have not read the light novels. I might get around to doing that if I enjoy the anime enough. That says something. If they can make something very, very unlikely happen, then you have to give them a round of applause. Episode 1 basically has our main male character die. He gets reborn, but he takes a goddess with him. He's allowed one overpowered item to give him an advantage in this parallel world where the Demon King threatens its masses and slaughters people and all that. We have that classic kind of thing. And he's set out to go and kill it, and he takes a goddess with him. Her name is Aqua, a blue-haired goddess who helps guide the souls of the people who died too young to either heaven or being reborn in this parallel world where no one else wants to be reborn into because, well, Demon King, death kind of thing. And you have the actual RPG stuff like skills, statuses, adventure guilds, quests, and you can level up and all that. So I do like that. I'm a sucker for fantasy RPG worlds and all that. And I like how it's kind of taking these cliches and it's going to be molding them into its own while also making fun of them, so to say. The characters are pretty interesting. Kazuma's a hikikomori, or shut-in. I believe that's what they mean, the same thing. Who's also an otaku and a gamer. He's not educated, he's not employed, all that jazz. And he died he pushed a girl out of the way of what he believed to be was a truck, but it was a tractor that was going to stop anyways, revealed later by Aqua. And he kind of died for nothing. He died out of shock, and then people were mocking him because he died in a bizarre way. He pissed his pants from the shock and all that, and then died in the hospital, yada yada yada. He had no injuries. He takes the goddess with him. Aqua, who has intelligence lower than a human, and luck lower than average, with high stats, becomes an archpriest from the Adventurers Guild, while he has average stats, really high luck, and above average intelligence. So Kazuma and Aqua form a party, and now they completely forget their goal. Episode 1, they already forget their goal to defeat the Demon King, because Aqua wants to go home, and, well, this world is basically heaven for Kazuma. I believe that is his first name. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if I pronounce them wrong. And just right now I'm going to say it, I can't pronounce the Japanese title, so don't kill me for that. So they end up forgetting about their goal to kill the Demon King and become laborers. They live in a horse stable, and there's a little bit of a montage at the end where they're just doing all this work, cementing, building walls, moving rocks kind of thing. And they kind of make fun of the fact that they forgot their goal right away. Who knows, they might forget it again, or they might actually start moving towards it in the next episode. I know in the next episode we get a couple of interesting characters introduced, and I like Aqua. She's really, really goofy, and all around she's adorable. We do get some fan service here and there, like cleavage shots or boob jiggles, but surprisingly enough, when we had Aqua bathing, we only saw her backside. No butt even. So they're kind of limiting the fan service to covered stuff, no bath scenes. As far as I can tell, this is only episode 1, keep that in mind. And the opening, again, not my favorite, but it's enjoyable. The visuals in it, you can already tell, it's going to be more hilarious later on in the series. I'm really curious to see where it's going to go story-wise, character-wise. If it's going to keep up the pacing. Well, it's good pacing right now. We had some nice transitions. If it's going to execute the same way as the manga, or if it's going to switch stuff around. All in all, God's blessing on this wonderful world is pretty good. Episode 1. I can't stress this enough. I enjoyed it way more than the manga. I know. I probably just said the taboo in the anime community. I don't care. It's just my personal opinion. If you agree or disagree with me, tell me in the comments why. Okay? Okay. Also, Team Aqua for the win. And no, I'm not talking about Pokemon. I'm not talking about Pokemon. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Check out the description below so you can go and add me on Twitter and Facebook. And check out episode 1 of God's Blessing on this wonderful world. This is Outer X Nation here, my lovely community citizens and civilians. Don't judge me. Have a good day. Watch lots of anime, read lots of manga. I'll see you guys in the next review. So, stay and otaku! Yeah, have a good one.